Hey everybody, welcome in. Welcome in. If you're here because of the title, which I don't know what it is yet, there's definitely a message in here for you. So let's talk about what wants to come in. What message is wanting to come in right now, please? What message is wanting to come in right now? All right, let's see. Your words create worlds. What's your self-talk like? All right, we'll talk a little bit about that. I'm a galactic starseed blooming. Oh, I love that. Really good message here, ancestor. Okay, so we got a lot going on this week. I will do, in the morning readings, I'll be talking about Mars moving into Gemini. Okay, that is about taking some action and really communicating in a super powerful way that has leadership, that shows you know where you're going and what you want to do, because you are blooming. Okay, we have the Virgo new moon this week, and I really like this energy of blooming, because I feel like the Virgo new moon is something that is going to bring some real vitality, is going to have you reflecting on what you're doing every day and really planting the seeds for something sustainable. Okay, so this is all happening this week. I'll like I said, I'll do more information about each one of these things as we go. But I do feel like you are getting a lot of communication from ancestors right now, a lot of input. This week, you'll be getting a lot of input. So if you can step up your ritual or your routine in terms of your meditation or connecting with ancestors, manifestation practices that you have, whatever it is, it really is time to open up to how are you trying to guide me, or how are you trying to show me the path up the mountain? Okay, we're on a spiritual path here, and it can feel sometimes like you're alone, but this is powerful evidence to me that your ancestors have been trying to get your attention, have been trying to speak to you and help you navigate. This year has been a lot about understanding what my path is, or trying to separate the forest from the trees, separate the wheat from the chaff, separate the things that I'm doing that are busy work from things that are actually impactful. Separate the words. All right, this is definitely it here. The words. What are you saying to yourself? What are the stories you're telling yourself? But also, what are the stories you're telling to other people? I had an example this weekend of a friend of mine, and I was witnessing this as an observer. It wasn't anything in my life, but I was witnessing her telling her friend, everything's going to be fine, everything's going to be okay. And while on the surface, I felt like that really helped her friend, I feel like it also wasn't accurate in terms of, the bigger picture of what she was saying, that it was really just more about calming the friend down. And maybe that's what you have to do in the beginning. And maybe that's an internal struggle here, that first I need to be calmed down before I can move in a direction. But I feel like it's the craziness of the mind that is making things difficult, not the actual circumstances. So if you're calming someone down, if you're using your words to achieve a certain result, regardless of what that person wants to manifest, what that person wants to do in their life, what's in front of them, it may be more effective to get that person in the present moment. Forget about whether what's going on is good or bad. Okay, forget about that. It's more effective to ground and be in the moment and not worry about the future and not worry about the past, because only then can you really hear the message. If you're so wrapped up in, am I doing it right? Am I doing it wrong? If you're so wrapped up in those kinds of things, are you telling someone everything's going to be okay just to placate them so you won't have to deal with their emotions? Is that something that's going on? It doesn't help anybody to, in my view, it is more helpful to be that leader of peace and doing it by example, just being peaceful in the moment, okay? All right, let's see where we go here. Let's see where we go. All right, underneath is the Seven of Pentacles. That's a patience card. Patience, grasshopper. Yep, Nine of Swords. There's anxiety, Fool, Judgment, Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. Beautiful energy here. Temperance, Hanged Man, Queen of Cups, and the Chariot. All right, I definitely see Sag and Cancer here, which is not a combination. It's not a combination that I normally see. A lot of Cancerian energy with a lot of Sag energy. But this makes me feel a little bit like we have this conversation of destiny versus free will. If you are having people around you who are lower vibe than you are, there's a contract. Okay. It doesn't mean, oh, I'm in high vibe. That means I'm not going to learn anything else. I'm not going to pull anybody in terms of my patterns that maybe I haven't totally worked through, but I'm feeling I'm in high vibe. And the thing is that you're still pulling in those contracts. We have a lot of contracts on this earth. So it doesn't mean that you're like, oh, I'm in low vibe because this person shows up. It just means that there's still a contract here. There's still a pattern here to be worked with. Okay. I do feel a little bit like this anxiety, like this combination to me is just like, screw it. I'm just jumping. Okay. I can't handle what's going on. I'm just going to rage. I'm just going to move fast. I'm just going to go forward no matter what. I'm just going to go forward no matter what. So there may be that sense, but I feel like underneath the ancestors are saying, be patient. You're going to need to be a little bit more patient. Like if you've always felt like you can manifest pretty well, if you've always felt that like what you are looking for is in your surroundings, right? If you've always felt like that, been feeling along those lines, then I'm feeling like for this last few months, very up and down, very anxious, very unsure, and just wanted to get out of that. But the way to get out of that is not to run away from it. The way to get out of it is to surrender. If you've been like, okay, the new thing is coming, I really feel it, and trying to push and trying to do and trying to, make it happen, la, 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 very Western culture. It's the opposite. When we're on this planet and we're dealing with duality, we're dealing with night and day, the very existence of death affirms that there's a life, right? You can't, you know what I'm saying? Like there is this sense of opposites need to be experienced so that they can experience the thing and the opposite. All right. It's a little bit circular here. If you are always in the daytime, you don't know what night is. If you are always in the night, you don't know what the daytime is. So this is a little bit of like, listen, I've been in this kind of struggle and screw it. I'm just going to jump. I'm just going to go, whatever thing shows up next, I'm going to do it. And I feel like the universe is saying to you, slow down. Okay. Have patience. The thing is coming. The Ace of Pentacles is here. This is what you want. This is almost to me like being in a place of not sure what's next. And the very next bus that comes along, you're like convinced that's it. That's my bus. And everyone's like, it's just the next bus. It doesn't mean it's your bus. Okay. It doesn't mean it's for you. And I like this moving forward energy. This is about victory. This is about moving forward in a certain energy. The Fool is like the brand new energy. I got nothing. I got no wisdom. I got no nothing. I'm just jumping, right? Whatever's in front of me. And so be careful about doing that. I feel like the universe is bringing in new opportunities. And if you are patient, which is why I love the combination of this Virgo new moon, right? We're balancing our rituals. We're balancing what's good for us internally and externally. Mars in Gemini, really powerfully communicating and manifesting. So we have that situation, and then it's very challenging to allow. All right. So instead of, the Mars in Gemini energy can really want to force you to take action on things, to really move forward. Look at where Mars is in your birth chart. Sorry. Look at where Gemini look at where Gemini is in your birth chart. That's the more important one. Look where Gemini is. Gemini is in my 8th house. It's on my birth chart somewhere. It is. Trust me, everybody's got it. Gemini, everybody's got it. So look and see in that in your birth chart where Gemini lands, and that's the part of your life that's being impacted by Mars. Mars wants you to take action. So, for example, Gemini in the 8th house, the house of transformation. All right. And Mars taking action, right? Gemini is communication, learning new stuff, really being able to then embrace what you are learning. Okay. Communicate what you're learning. I feel like that's what's happening here. You might have spent a lot of time learning, and now it's time to use that information, but not just the first thing that shows up. Allow the thing to show up in its time, because I do feel like Archangel Michael here knows exactly what you want and is bringing in exactly what you want. You just have to surrender to it. That's all. You just have to surrender to it. And you're like, what? What? Like, it's that easy? It's really about what's in your heart. Because if you're just jumping and in your head too much, you're way up in your head. If you're just jumping at the first thing, the first love partner, the first new house, right? If you're looking for a house, the first house that shows up, you're like, okay, I'll grab it. If you're doing that, then this is a word of warning. The ancestor is saying, sit down, Myrtle. Just chill, breathe. Okay, we have a lot of opportunities this week to use this energy. I'm going to look further into this reading in the extended. I'll probably pull some cards individually for each zodiac sign to see how this, for whoever may impact them. All right, so let's see where we go. I don't know, spur of the moment, right? Spur of the moment. All right, link is below if you want to continue on with me. I'll see you over there. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.